What's up, Pally? Today's May 22nd, 2020, and In Focus starts right now. Welcome to our second live show during shelter in place. We hope you and your family are doing well and safe. And we'd like to thank our Pally artist, Elizabeth Wong, for today's pre-show music. You can find any of her music on major streaming platforms under ELIZZA. Today we have a few stories to share with you. Starting off today's show, In Focus reporter Evan Kandel discusses aviation in modern day.
Many people view drones as only used for cinematography or delivery, but for others, such as Pally freshman OWEN KUWAYTI, they're an in-depth hobby.
I fly remote control planes and quadcopters with the thing called FPV, which is a live camera feed from the RC model to my headset, which is kind of like VR goggles, so I can see what the plane's seeing as if I'm flying it like I'm the pilot. I have a tiny quadcopter that I can fly kind of anywhere. It's about the size of my hand. I've flown it 30 feet away from people and they haven't even noticed that it's there. I have a big quadcopter that I can only fly in certain places because it's really loud, really big, really fast. This plane here, which is much too big to fly at a park or anything.
KUWAYTI has been interested in flying for much of his life and hopes to learn how to be an actual pilot when he grows up.
I've been interested in planes and flying things since I was probably 6 or 7. In terms of RC stuff, I only got into it when I was around 12. I bought a kind of already ready to fly plane and then just crashed that a whole bunch of times and was really sad. And then built ones, got better at it, built my own ones, got kind of better at flying, and now here. It's kind of fun to pretend like you're flying an actual thing. I've been interested in flying things and I'm not allowed to fly planes yet. I'm currently doing ground school, which is flight training without flying the plane, but when I turn 16, I'm probably gonna try and get a couple hours and get started on my pilot's license.
However, it's not all fun and games, and there are numerous controversies regarding drone flights.
Really people do not like about these is that there's a camera on them, which yeah, I've got a camera on all of them since I use them to fly, but the video quality is so abysmal and terrible that if I tried to look at someone through one of these, it's just pixelated garbage. I put a GoPro on my big quad when I'm flying, but I try to keep people out of my videos, and I actually have a license for filming and can gain revenue off of it commercially, and there's a set of rules around that too.
There are also plenty of problems with finding a place to fly, as nearby cities and airports have strict limits.
There are a lot of rules in the Bay Area specifically because we have a lot of airports and Stanford has a helipad nearby, so I am kind of restricted in what I do, so I can only fly certain models at certain times.
Additionally, the FAA is enacting a new law, which many drone pilots have spoken out against, that further prohibits hobby flights.
They're going to start restricting drones more, where they can fly and just where and when they can fly, usually is most of it.
For anyone interested in the hobby, KUWAYTI recommends researching it first, but otherwise using YouTube and other online sources to learn.
The first thing is that if anyone wants to get into this hobby, they should do some research about regulations, because it is kind of difficult to fly here legally. It's relatively easy to teach yourself. I taught myself off of YouTube videos in about a year, and you just buy parts this is a flight controller, an antenna, other various little things that you put in it. There's only a couple of parts really, and then once you kind of get down what goes with what, it becomes easier.
For In Focus, I'm Evan Kandel.
Thanks for that, Evan. While America's aviation is a strong pastime, our very own Jackson Juker has a new take on another.
Okay, put your face down there.
We're hungry and we're trying to stay creative, and I'm going to combine two of the greatest griddled foods, the hamburger and the grilled cheese, today to make the grilled cheese hamburger. For this recipe, you're going to need 4 slices of your favorite sliced bread, or you can just use 2 regular hamburger buns, 8 slices of your favorite cheese, 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 roughly 8-ounce hamburger patty, and then salt and pepper to taste, and then just a little bit of high heat cooking oil. All right, so with the heat on medium-low and a griddle pan, melt 1 tablespoon of butter. No.
Yeah, dude, look at that.
I'm gonna put the bread in.
Look
now.
at how sick
I have to
that
put the
is.
bread in now. On each piece of bread, we're gonna put 3 pieces of cheese. 1 there, 1 overlapping the 2 in the middle, and then break the 3rd in half so that we have even cheese distribution. Top bread. This one flip. Butter in the pan. Wow, nice. Okay, and after that flip, I lowered the heat to low because right now we're looking to just melt the cheese. And as the burger is cooking, that low heat will very slowly toast the bread. And when the burger is done, the sandwiches should be done, and they should both be nice and hot and gooey and delicious at the same time. We're gonna do this on medium-high heat. A bit of high heat oil in the pan. I'm using avocado oil. A little bit of oil in the pan. All right, season my burger with salt and pepper. The grilled cheeses are almost done, so I'm just gonna move them off the heat and let that cheese get nice and melty while the burger cooks. Okay, so now I'm gonna flip the burger. I'm gonna get some nice caramelization on the bottom because that'll make for that nice, I don't know, caramelized flavor or whatever. Oh, nice. I'm gonna top it with 2 slices of cheese and then cover it. And I'm also going to lower the heat. Well, now we are ready to assemble the sandwich. So we're going to start with 1 grilled cheese on the bottom, melty cheeseburger, and then topped with our second and final grilled cheese sandwich. Oh, doesn't that look delectable? See how we did? Oh, it's so good.
Does it taste like grilled cheese?
It tastes like exactly how I'd expect this to taste.
Well, how could it not be good? It's just a burger and grilled cheese, which are both good things. But it's very good. Gotta say. Oh.
With shelter-in-place orders in effect, the world of sports came to a halting stop. And while fans are very upset, players are even more affected. In Focus correspondent Max Bonestetter had a chance to sit down with the Pally lacrosse team player Phoebe Kim to discuss how COVID-19 has affected her and her sport.
Hey everybody, it's Max Bonestetter. Today I'm here with Phoebe Kim, who's a sophomore at Palo Alto High School. Phoebe plays for the girls varsity lacrosse team. So Phoebe, first of all, thanks so much for joining me. How has this quarantine impacted you in lacrosse?
Well, this quarantine has impacted me because a lot of the big showcase tournaments that I'm attending are being canceled or being pushed back. And if these tournaments are getting rescheduled, they conflict with college camps. So the recruiting process is looking a little more complicated than it has been over the past few years.
It must have been sad to end the season short. What was the most difficult part for you?
The most difficult part of having the season cut short is the fact that we put in so much work during the preseason. We had numerous AM practices before school, and we didn't even get the chance to see the field.
What were you and the rest of the girls expecting out of this year's team?
Last year, we were so close to winning the Skval title, and this season was supposed to be kind of our revenge tour, but that didn't happen.
What was most enjoyable about the short season that you had?
This season, since we didn't have any games, I really enjoyed staying after practice and getting extra reps in with some teammates and our new coach. It was a really good bonding experience, and we got to know our new coach more.
Quarantine's making it so that a lot of athletes are not able to practice the sport that they love. Are you able to play any lacrosse?
So for me, I play wall ball every day and I go shooting with my dad, but I play club lacrosse outside of Palilax. So our coaches are having us do these mandatory workout programs, and so we record like our run times and our reps in a spreadsheet. And then for Palilax, our coach, she's like doing this challenge where she split us up into small groups, and we're trying to get like a competitive challenge, and the group with the most challenges complete is going to win a prize.
What's the team looking like for next year?
Well, we have lost a lot of great leadership from our senior class, and it's really unfortunate that they didn't get to see the field this season, but I'm confident in our team that we'll be competitive in our league next season.
Once quarantine's over, what are you most looking forward to in lacrosse?
I'm looking forward to spending my summer playing lacrosse with my team and playing at college camps and being with my friends.
Well, I'm sorry that your sophomore year got cut short, but we're all expecting a lot from you in your junior and senior year. Thanks so much for joining me today. For In Focus, I'm Max Bonstetter.
That does it for today's show. Be sure to tune in next week for another live show. Until then, have a great rest of your week, Vikes.